Do you ever feel in the mood to watch something that you know is not good? You know, something that you've seen before and you remember being pretty crappy, yet for some reason you have this masochistic streak where you're like, yeah, I'm going to search that out and actively go and watch it again. I did that with 13 Ghosts, a movie that I remember seeing way back when it came out. It was alright. Well, it wasn't alright. I remember having memories of it that made me go, stay away from this thing. I recently watched the William Castle original and I had an impetus to go and check out 13 Ghosts. Now, the movie has a pretty great cast. It's F. Abraham Murray, Tony Shalhoub, Matthew Illard, Shannon Elizabeth, a couple of other people as well. And it's all about this family who've had a travesty. Their mother, the matriarchal figure, has died in a fire. We have Tony Shalhoub as the father. We have a son and a daughter who are just trying to make ends meet and live their life. They're struggling. It turns out that their uncle Cyrus, who they didn't even know it was still alive anyway, has died and left them a house, something that they're in desperate need of. All they have to do is go there and live, and that is it. They can meet this lawyer who's going to take them to this fancy new house, and it's all theirs. On the way there, we hear how their Uncle Cyrus was a very person that was into his privacy, didn't want anybody nosing about, and lived out in the wilderness in, wait for it, a glass house. Just let that sink in there for a moment. You know, this guy who loved privacy was living in a glass house. Anyway, we get to this really obnoxiously weird looking house filled with strange symbols all over the glass, and the family go inside to, there's a strange clockwork thing in the ground that is just ticking away ominously, and at some point the house locks itself down. Everybody's trapped inside with, wait for it, 13 ghosts of sorts. Well, maybe not 13, 12. Even 12? Yeah, a few anyway. And these ghosts are being released every now and again to hunt round and torture the family in the house. Now, it's a nice idea. Mostly. There's certain things that I really don't like about it. Matthew Illard's performance is typical of him, just ratcheting everything up to 11, him being absolutely crazy. The ghosts look as if they've sort of been rejected from a Marilyn Manson video at some point. They're all kind of twitchy and quirky and almost black and white in a certain sense. They have to wear special glasses to see them, which was a quirk from the original movie. And you have these ghosts just hunting even the family about this house. There is some minimal blood and gore, some not many scares in this one. It is very much an exercise in production values, I suppose, which is about the best thing about the movie. It looks pretty cool, looks pretty weird. Some of the decisions are interesting within the sets and that. The characters are kind of null and void. It does get super bonus points for having some of the best casting I can think of, by having Tony Shalhoub and F. Abraham Murray cast as brothers or siblings or family members anyway, related. Absolute terrific. There's just some crazy set pieces in this movie that just don't really make much sense, but you go with it. There's moments where ludicrousness would even be shaking its head at some of the things that happen within the movie. But for some reason, for some unknown strange reason, I got pleasure from this movie. There was something about it that made me kind of enjoy what I was watching. If I stopped for a minute to think about what I was checking out, I could dismantle it as looking at poor acting, poor setup. The way it tracks the house seems odd and doesn't give you a proper geography of it. The characters' decisions just seem dumb. There's a moment where they have a sheet of glass that's protecting them, where both of them could technically get behind it and save themselves, but only one of them does. It has all these things, lots of things wrong with it, yet for some reason I kind of enjoyed it. I suppose that says more about me than the actual quality of this movie, because I wouldn't recommend it. It's not the greatest movie, which is a shame, I suppose. But it does have some ridiculous laugh out loud moments, as in that just doesn't make sense. It does have some nice character work with the ghosts, who are all particularly monstrous and horrifying looking, even if they do look as if they're rejected music video characters. It's just one of these things. 13 Ghosts is not for very many people. It's for a limited few. It's in a spate of those movies that came out in 1999 to 2002, horror movies, big polished shiny Hollywood movies that just didn't quite work, because primarily they were too polished, they were too clean, they were too cultivated. They're not the down and dirty nasty horror movies that people are typically looking for. My opinion anyway. 13 Ghosts was, for me, somewhat enjoyable. For everybody else, I would say give it a wide berth. It's probably a 2 out of 5, and even then I feel like I'm being extremely generous with this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.